And we're live.
Me, you know.
Yeah, you didn't speak word for like.
No, the intro is still going on my end. So
yeah, you didn't speak word.
Who has their speakers on?
Not me.
Not I.
Not I.
I just turned it down.
Oh, Danny, come on. How's everybody doing? You're watching Chaos Central, the Khaos List, and while you're seeing it on the Real Review 3000, this is actually a Chaos Central show. So Shaun's been basically dealing with family things, so I've taken over this for the past couple weeks. I think next week, Shaun, you're taking over and taking control again, right?
That is correct.
It's a train wreck when I do it. I know that's how it is. My life's a train wreck, you know. Hey,
it is what it is. What are you gonna
do? But guys, we want to thank everybody who is watching today on either here or on Chaos Central's YouTube channel, and I really appreciate if you're watching it over there, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it all over there so we can centralize everything. But before we get started here today, we're going to go ahead and go around and introduce everybody, and we'll start with the gentleman to my let's see, your opposite side. So that way, Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself. What where they can find you and stuff.
My name is Danny. My channel on YouTube is Comic Chat. On Twitter is Comic Chats with S. Last night we were on my show with part of this whole team up thing, and it is called The Chaotic Conversation. Last night we were talking about the 10 most hell yeah moments in movies that we saw. It was pretty good show. I think it was a little over 2 hours. You can catch me tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on one of my other shows called Equilibrium, along with Terrence and our special guest, Jason Miller. And usually we do that show on Sundays, but this past Sunday I couldn't do it. Something came up at work. So I'm going to go ahead and do that show tomorrow. But catch me again Sunday at 3 p.m. on the Rule of Three with Chris and Shaun. And also, again, 6 p.m. our regular standard time, Eastern Standard Time on Sundays is Equilibrium. So thanks.
Yep. All right, down below him is Honstar. Honstar, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, what you're about, all that fun stuff.
Hey everybody, I'm Honstar, channel named Honstar. Van life, kayaking, adventure videos, which I'm not really doing any of that stuff right now. Hopefully all this will clear up and I can get to kayaking this summer and do some kayak videos, because I haven't done it in a long time. But right now I'm doing fun live streams. Thursday is at 1 p.m. I have my Bloody Mary brunch where I day drink Bloody Marys and we talk about interesting topics, and sometimes I have guests. And then I have my bi-weekly Sunday streams, Name That Tune and Jackbox Game Night. This coming Sunday will be Jackbox Game Night, and you will more than likely see Mr. chrisknight there. And Sundays I'm not doing Jackbox games. As I said, I do Name That Tune, where you'll also see Mr. chrisknight because he's our DJ on Name That Tune. So just some fun, goofy end of the weekend live streams. We have a good time on either one. So if you're not familiar with me, subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at HonstarYT.
I'll make sure.
Basically, if there were internet venereal diseases, Chris would definitely have some.
Oh yeah.
I tell people I'm a whore. I'm slightly more expensive than a $3 hooker, so that's what I tell people.
$3.25.
I'm really considering anytime I'm on a stream with him putting a condom on my microphone and headphones.
You should. And probably over your ears too, because you don't know what's coming through.
I'll make sure I get everybody's links down in the description when we're done tonight, because I wasn't sure who all exactly besides Shaun and Danny were going to be on tonight. So I'll make sure I get your links down below so people coming back watch this.
It's always a surprise.
It's a surprise. Okay. And then last but not least, the gentleman who normally does this show, this is his brainchild. So I'm going to let him tell you all about it and everything like that. Down below me, Mr. Stackhouse. Go ahead, Shaun.
I don't want to talk.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Normally this is on my channel and Chaos Central at the same time, because I'm crazy technical like that. And
this is on both right now.
I know, because I showed you how.
No, I knew how.
No, I showed you
to do it.
I showed you how.
No, it was simple. It's right there. Oh, whatever.
Anyway, but yeah, so I just want to say the other night or the other day, this past weekend, we had a stream on my channel, Shaun Stackhouse Reacts. It was a chat for Adam Lambert fans, and it was like so fun. I mean, people were like in the chat. We had Denny Line Fluff was there. It was great. It was a great time. And so on my channel, we do a lot of music reactions, pop culture things. I'm trying to get in by bringing back more pop culture because I've been doing a lot of music reactions. So I'm trying to find a balance between the two. And also, I'm going to start doing some video game streams as well.
All right. Yeah, we talked about those video game streams. We need to get to those too.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm Chris Knight, the Real Review 3000 is where you can find me. A lot of the same stuff Shaun does. We have very similar channels. Sometimes you'll find me over there. Sometimes you'll find him over on my channel. Sometimes you'll find us doing this. Sometimes you'll find me there, here, everywhere. Like I said, yeah, I'm a whore. That's just how it goes. Anyways,
paraphrase Freddie Mercury. You're not a musical prostitute, but you're a YouTube prostitute.
Something like that.
Yeah, at least it's just virtual.
Yes, exactly. It's
For
safe
now.
All right, guys.
Technology is really good.
All right, everybody. I just put the link into the chat for Chaos Central, the YouTube channel. If you guys have not gone over there and subbed already, please do. We're trying to get to 100 subs so we can get our vanity title and we can start doing all this stuff over there, and it will go a little smoother, a little easier, all that fun stuff. So without further ado, I think we got a couple other people that might show up, but we're going to go ahead and get this thing on the road. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go and start with said topic.
You know, you don't have to do it that way, right? You can just add them into.
I could.
I do.
I could, and I didn't, but that's all right because I got this all done like 10 minutes ago. So,
all right.
Topic number one: Ezra Miller did what? According to TMZ.com, the Flash star was visiting the Prinkio Kaufhaus bar in Reykjavik. I believe that's Iceland, isn't it, Shaun? Was it Iceland?
That's correct.
Yeah, Reykjavik. On the April 1st, when Miller seemed to be pretending to be annoyed as a smiling woman danced toward him, he then says, "Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?" The actor then grabs her by the throat and attempted to throw her down. It's unclear what led to the altercation or if the woman suffered any injury. Report says he was booted from the bar, which he is a regular at. Here, we're going to go ahead and try to show you the video real quick.
So they have confirmed with beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was Ezra Miller now?
I don't know. He has not answered any calls or any requests for comment, which is in Hollywood, that's pretty much the way media works. I
played that video like 5 or 6 times yesterday on a video I did, and she didn't look to be in distress at any point in time. She didn't scream for her life or anything like that. So I don't know. And well, Danny, you probably have more experience with this than most. You know, like if you have like a really short video clip, like 6 seconds, they can really alter that to make it seem like it's something that it's not.
They can. If we were caught out of that, we'd get witness statements, see if you saw any physical evidence of said offense. If we didn't, to me, this don't look like he was trying to be malicious or anything. I'm not sure what it was. Yeah. Based on what I've seen, I don't have enough evidence or audio evidence to make a conclusion one way or the other.
Exactly.
It looks like he grabbed her neck, but then I don't know whether he was trying to be mean or was it malicious. I really couldn't tell based on a little small bit I saw.
The way that she's approaching him, it looks like she's trying to have fun. So you know, you don't know, like it's the video starts like at the end of something that the person is supposed to be says. So
let's
they really edited it.
let's
Yeah,
play
go
it
ahead,
for
Chris.
anybody who hasn't seen it yet really quick. It's only a few seconds long.
Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
Okay.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah.
Fight?
Like she laughing.
Burn it?
Yeah.
Want to fight? Is that the deal?
Well, you see, first off, she grabs.
Bro.
It looks like she has a neck brace on it.
Did you want to fight?
On. Looks
Like she kind of imitated him running. Look like.
Look, I thought it was a scarf. It didn't.
Well, okay, she has something on her neck.
Or a thick turtleneck to me. Well, I thought it was.
Yeah. To me, it kind of looks like a thick neck sweater.
I don't think it was a neck brace.
But here's the thing. Okay, so let's take a few factors into this. When he grabs her, he does push her against whatever that metal box is behind her, and you hear it go boom, boom. So there's some force behind this.
I mean, you could barely knock into that, and it would probably make a noise.
Yes, and we know that she was probably drinking, and he was most definitely drinking. They already have confirmed that.
And then, like Android says in the chat, she was laughing.
Yeah, the bar has confirmed he was there and that he was booted. So we know that he was in the vicinity. So we're pretty sure this is him. But here's the thing I thought as soon as I was reading this. April 1st. What's April 1st?
April Fool.
Yeah.
But was this done on April 1st?
Yes, this was on April 1st that this happened.
Okay.
So
what makes me suspect is how the whole first half of that video, or however much of that video, is purposely not there.
And then the guy who's shooting it.
Also,
and then he cuts it.
What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late.
John, how you doing?
What's going on, man? But yeah, the way that he approaches her, like if like that's not, he didn't approach her like it was.
He was angry.
Yeah, he approached her very slowly, you know, and
it looked like she was imitating him running.
That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it. I thought
he kind of grabbed her.
Look at that.
He kind of grabbed her like Superman grabbed him.
Yeah,
like it was kind of reenacting that scene or something.
Well, and also when he tries to take her down to the ground, it's almost like he's holding her.
Exactly.
Falling.
He did not take her down. Like, besides, honestly, and I can say this because I'm a bigger guy. Okay, she if they were like really in an altercation, she like is way bigger than him. You know, my money would have been on her if this would have been a real altercation.
Is that the deal?
She's shorter. I mean, she might be a little more stocky. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about like stockiness.
Now, go ahead.
And for the way he supposedly took her down, it didn't look like he was using enough force to throat slam somebody that just randomly run up to you.
No,
I mean,
no, exactly.
And like you said, you could see his other hand was kind of almost like steadying her, like, oh, you know, we're going down to the ground, you know, but I don't want to just make you fall over.
No. So let's look at it this way. We know he got kicked out, but we also know, according to TMZ, and TMZ is, as much as they are paparazzi media, they are pretty accurate about a lot of what they say. They basically say no cops were called, and it basically what you see is what you get. They know he got kicked out of the bar. But here's the real question, I guess. We know it's on April 1st, so there's a very good chance that this was some sort of stunt.
That seemed to have gone wrong, but I don't see any maliciousness to it.
So if this was a stunt, why do this? What does anybody in this situation gain for this?
They were just goofing around. It looked like they know each other. That was like to me.
Well, that's fine, but now we have this issue because Shaun, when I was watching your stream yesterday, I saw somebody in your chat. They said, we need the Flash movie. We need to get this done. I hope this isn't him. Well,
right.
Even if it is him, and this was all a joke, it wasn't real, whatever you want to say. The fact of the matter is does this really help the case for a movie with Ezra Miller in it? What purpose does this serve?
Well, and also, unfortunately, regardless of what the intent was, we have this unfortunate cancel culture going on right now. Yeah. So, you'll get people outraged, even if it was a joke. But I want to point out, want to point out, and I'm sure this is something else Danny has seen many times, that if this was a real altercation, the person filming it, even if that person filming it was with that woman, they would have probably just, instead of really going to help, they would have kept filming. You know,
saying something too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's he doing?
Exactly, because they want to capture it all on film.
So this is nothing. The only reason this made the story because we are in somewhat of quarantine. People are bored, so any little thing they take and they get a little bit of heat or excitement or break up the monotony. This is what we're seeing now. This is nothing. This is not even a blip on my radar. If this stops the Flash movie from being made, then it was never going to be made in the first beginning because this is nothing.
I think they're actually supposed to.
I don't even know what y'all talking about. So I mean, I didn't even know this happened.
Ezra Miller was videoed in Reykjavik, Iceland, outside of a bar he frequents. In the video, he basically takes and grabs a woman by the throat and then appears to attempt to throw her down on the ground.
All of this is alleged.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you see Javion, it looks like horseplay to me, man.
Yeah,
it looked like she was kind of imitating him running in slow motion as the Flash. He kind of grabs her neck, and all of a sudden she's on the ground. But it don't look anything maliciously based on the video footage.
Hey, Javion, are you on?
I said I didn't know.
Are you on a computer? Are you on a computer? Or
I'm
phone?
on my phone.
Okay. I will put in the private chat. I don't know if you'll see it or not. I don't know if that will work or not on the phone, but
it shows me a private chat.
Yeah. Okay. There's the video, TMZ's video of the incident. If you want to watch it really quick. But yeah, I mean, I don't really think that there was any ill intent.
Dandelion Fluff brings up a good point, Chris. Why don't you go ahead and highlight her?
Let me look where
at the very bottom.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. Nindroid's the last thing I see.
Okay.
I think he might be on another channel.
No, it'll show it all to me, so I haven't gotten it.
I can see it on my phone, but I can't see it on
there. It is. I got it.
Okay, cool.
The one thing I'll add.
Yeah.
You underestimate how much stronger men are than women. She probably could not have overpowered him. In a certain position, especially in the position you see, if he grabbed her. But again, this has to be all. I don't know. Again, it's what was the point if this wasn't real?
Well, go to her next comment underneath.
I still think this is short and probably staged, and I believe that too.
Yeah,
this is a staged situation. And
I can't watch it.
But you're absolutely right.
I feel like if it was something, she'd have pressed charges and been on press tours and already by now trying to burn him at the stake if it was really something.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be this quiet on her end if it was.
Exactly.
But I think Chris is saying, why even upload this mess if it was just horsing around?
I think it goes with what y'all were saying is there's not much going on. So we're gonna selectively edit this.
This is a product of someone being bored,
and they keep pushing. Oh well, he was thrown out of the bar, but the part of the police weren't called. Okay, he's thrown out of the bar. If you're drunk and you're horsing around in a bar, it doesn't matter if you're a regular or a celebrity. If you're throat slamming people, even jokingly, I can see him say, "Hey man, you've had too much to drink. Obviously, we can't have you in here doing skits. So you're gonna have to leave."
Yep. Only reason he's getting a little bit of heat because he's a celebrity. Yep. If it'd been any one of us in this chat, it'd have been wouldn't even who gives a fuck about those two. Beep. Next.
And even the guy filming, he may have thought, "Oh, this is them just joking around." It, him going, "Oh, whoa, bro." Maybe he did seriously think, "Oh man, this has kind of gone a little far," So maybe that's why he reacted that way. Not he really thought he was hurting her, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? It's just
who's the chick? Does anybody know who the girl is?
Nah, not as far as I know.
I don't think anybody's really said anything about it.
I mean, just he acted. She could have been horse around. She could be a stunt woman. That could just be.
Could have been.
I mean, yeah. I don't. Again, it just looks like that she was prepared for it to happen. Because again, when he puts her up against the box next behind her, yes, it makes the noise, and like Shaun said, it was empty, obviously, so it made more noise. But she didn't look like, oh my god, and she never says one.
She
scream or anything.
Yeah, she never screamed stop or what, you know, ow, you're hurting me or anything, you know. And
now, I mean, on the flip side, she could have just been. It happened so quick. She could have been in shock and didn't really have time to really react. But I mean, anything's possible.
It's a flash.
I won't. I mean, all I'll say is it was goofing off. I don't know that it was put out on purpose. I think it was just them goofing off, and that's all I'm going to think about it until they show the first part of the video that they obviously cut off.
If this was real, I would have expected to have seen like her being in interviews, you know, remotely by now, you know, giving her side of the story.
And if it's a decent sized club, there's more than likely security cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
So why isn't the club coming out saying, yeah, we threw them out. This is what really happened. Here's the security footage.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I mean,
hey guys, we've been on 22 minutes. You done talked 19 minutes too long about this subject. Let's go to the next.
No. All right. So our second topic.
Thank God.
Oh, stop it, Danny. Listen,
I'm just saying. Really, 21 minutes.
Yeah. You know, we gotta have everybody get in. Your brother just got in. We're not going to cut him off. You know, you listen. Hey, you had a tumultuous childhood.
We damn near duplicates on this. I can guarantee you.
Okay. Anyways, topic number 2 is AMC theaters closing. According to MovieWeb.com, AMC's credit rating was downgraded from a B rating before the closures to a CCC minus last week. This brings them from a highly speculative to default imminent, with little prospect for recovery. This means there's a good chance that AMC won't reopen after the crisis is over, even though the president has given an estimate of April 30th for businesses to reopen.
No.
Okay. But analysts believe closures could last into the summer. So that's the topic. Let me get out of this and we will go to the website. And
I actually read today that there's a rumor that Amazon is potentially going to purchase them if this happens.
It might. I don't foresee AMC per se going away. I see the current ownership, which Shaun and I being in Kansas City, we actually, there's a lot of stake in this for us because they're headquartered here in the local area. So, you know, but
and also our movie pass.
Yeah, and I could agree with Shaun. I think if anything, they'd be bought out by somebody while the price is low, and I could see it being Amazon because Amazon's having the problem that they want to be included in awards, and they're saying, "Oh, well, you haven't released your movies in enough theaters." Well, they could release their Amazon Prime only movies, you know, they're originals, I should say, in AMC or Amazon theaters, whatever they're going to end up calling it. Yeah. They could release them countrywide just in those theaters. So then they can say, well, no, you say we don't have them in enough theaters to be in your awards.
Well, so they better move because Disney tries to get everything, and I wouldn't be surprised if they ain't working behind the scenes to try to get it now.
Well, it'd be into the Japan market because technically it's a Japanese company or an Asian company that owns it, but they kept it headquartered here. Basically, the analysts say we do not believe AMC has sufficient sources of liquidity to cover expected negative cash flows past midsummer, and we believe the company will likely breach its six times net senior secured leverage covenant when tested on September 30th, 2020, absent a waiver from its lender. Now, with that part of it said, with the way that the president has handled things recently, I don't want to call them bailouts per se, but let's say bailout of companies, of people.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I know. I have a feeling that might get waived. I really do, because
it will, unless he's lying.
Well, yeah, because I don't think he's going to want a company that's that big going under, especially entertainment. Because right now, the first thing that's going to recover from this after everything opens back up will be entertainment.
Theaters. Yep.
And the other thing you have to think about is big entities like the movie industry. They have lots of people in Washington lobbying for them. So I could see them for the theaters lobbying like, hey, you need to put some of that money like you did for the airlines towards the theaters, because obviously the theaters are closed. They can't use them for anything else. They're going to be suffering. And Hollywood, I don't think wants the theaters to close down any more than anybody else, obviously.
Well,
so,
AMC is North America's largest theater chain. So think of that too.
Wow. And I was just looking at Wikipedia. It was founded in Kansas City, Missouri on January 1st, 1920.
Yeah. I mean, it's a local company.
So that's 100 years old now.
Yeah. And it was bought out by, like I say, I don't know exactly.
Was it bought out by Chinese?
Asian company.
Japanese.
I don't remember exactly.
I know somebody overseas bought them out.
But because it's North American, they have, I think, between AMC and what they own over there, I think they have the world's largest grouping of theaters, if I remember right.
Well, and really, I mean, when I think when a lot of people around the country think of movie theaters, they do think of AMC because it's just a huge change. Yeah, you have Regal and other chains, but AMC has always been like a super big chain.
Not in this part of the country. We see Regal.
Well, we don't.
I've never heard of an AMC theater till y'all said that.
I haven't either. In the South, it's Regal.
No, we don't have them over here. We have Regal.
Regal here too.
Yeah, we do too.
Honstar, do they have them down there near Atlanta?
Yeah. We have Carmike and AMC.
Yeah, I mean,
as well as some other things sprinkled in there. But
I've seen Carmike, but I've never seen AMC theater.
Yeah, AMC in Florida. It's in a lot of destination places because they do megaplexes. So
yeah, they're out in LA and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
we got one of the biggest tourist attractions in this country, Myrtle Beach, and I've never seen one in Myrtle Beach.
I said they're in a lot of places like that.
Yeah.
There,
I was going to say they should have been one there. We had IMAX there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think this is going to happen. I think that
I don't either.
If I was one of these big companies, I'd be trying to get with every drive-in in the United States and make it some kind of conglomerate and say, "Look, man, we'll give you X amount of dollars to improve, to update, go wireless, whatever you need to do, and just put our movies in there, man." And I'd be churning them out because you can still make money and still adhere to the social distancing, and that's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, people would be messing up, man. They would be like,
but I have it real strict. I'd have law enforcement there on security. Look, if they do this, we're gonna give them one strike. Okay, Chris, Shaun, Helen, get your ass back in the car. If you don't do it, then the next thing gonna be is hitting whatever highway you come here on.
Well, I would just have it where they can't get out the car and just have they have to call into the booth and people bring it to you.
That's what I'm saying is that I think that like movie theaters need to go through and find not movie theaters, but movie companies need to go through and find all the defunct movie theaters and either buy them themselves and put money into it, and then they need to go to all the current ones and say, we're going to give you $1 million. You're going to make this the way we want you to make it. It's going to look a certain way. It's going to be a certain way. And we're going to make an app that you can order food, you can get everything you need, and it'll be brought to you.
Yeah, which is the phone call thing is DJ Odyssey. It's funny, we were talking about this on DJ Odyssey's stream late last night, but he was complaining about that fact that his local drive-in has shut down sort of recently, and the closest one, is quite a drive. The closest drive-in to me now is like hour and a half, 2 hour drive. So, but that's what he was saying. Even before all this stuff happened, all you had to do was call the snack bar and order whatever and tell them what pole you're at or where you're parked. Yeah. And they brought the food to you. Yeah. And if it's a big company, like you said, app. That's the first thing they're going to do is make a snack bar app.
Brings up a good point, though. No one's going to spend cash on what they hope will be a temporary situation. Funding drive-ins is a tough sell, and it is. Unfortunately, say we were back, say this was still like 1990, and there were still quite a few drive-ins around. They could still. I think they would have a better chance of making profit and keeping release schedules.
But I would pay more for the driving experience if it's done right and it's really nice.
Yeah,
in a nice theater.
I would too. I love that.
I've never been to IMAX theater. Never.
Oh, really?
I've heard about it.
I only have once.
Awesome. I have. That's where I watched all the Avengers movies.
I think that drive-ins. Okay, you say temporary, but the thing is how long? Because all we know is as soon as they open this up, it's going to be very unlikely that theaters will be able to let full theater capacity in.
So theaters, driving is going to be nostalgic, and then the millennials will be like, "Oh man, this is something new and awesome." So I think that it'll have more staying power than just
I know this isn't what people would want to hear, but I could see Disney doing what you're talking about.
Oh, I could too.
Yep.
Because I think families would rather go to a drive-in in the SUV or the minivan, because if you got small kids, they get cranky, they get sleepy. You can let them sleep. They can have their juice box and their Cheerios, and you're not disrupting a whole entire theater. If your kid pitches a temper tantrum,
Ambien, they're out. You can enjoy.
Yeah, give them a little Benadryl, little Jack Daniels, and they pass out.
Great God!
They can take a page out of Running Man and put collars on you. They'll just wander off the
Great God, Running Man.
The only thing you'd have to do is like the porta potties would have to be spaced, and then that would be the one thing that you would have to do social distancing for a little bit.
But then again, porta potties brings in
you breathe air.
Or you could build a regular building like they do at the campground.
I want to bring this up for everybody. When they say 6 feet, like if you're standing in a grocery store right now and they tell you keep your distance 6 feet at the register, as soon as that person leaves, what are you doing? You're stepping into the air they just breathed.
And touching things they may have put back on the shelf.
Exactly.
Social distancing only works to a certain extent. Yeah. So when you bring up porta potties, well, come on. It's not like you're totally immune to the fact that somebody could still have something.
Yeah. So I think the porta potties would be completely out of the question, man, because I think you would have you using a public restroom right now, especially a porta potty, you're going to have a high risk of catching, maybe somebody else's whatever.
Okay. Bedpans it is.
That's right. Just put them right on your car seat, man, and you just let it rip. Just make
sure the whole family gets catheters when they go in.
Make sure your date is cool with it.
I'll never go to a date.
Jeez.
Just make sure if you got something that's gonna be loud, make sure you wait for like a really action-packed moment in the movie. So you'd be like, no, honey, that was something exploding on the screen. That wasn't me. I swear.
Watch only Michael Bay movies. You'll be covered.
All right. Topic number 3, guys. Disney Plus may get theater releases. Bob Iger has said that they decided to put more than just Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus, which is where they're sending that one to instead of the theaters, of course. Onward is the biggest example. It was just being released when this started, so they put it out for a couple weeks in, I think it says they put it out as a pay-per-view, then they sold it, and now it's on Disney Plus. It happened within a week. They did all of that.
I'm just gonna say this, man. Disney Plus can kiss my ass. I don't care unless they start putting decent content on there. They can just pucker up and kiss it because
this is my Disney Plus hot to me.
This is Shaun expressing his love for sexually desired relationship with Disney Plus because he
right
to kiss.
I don't have a problem with Disney Plus.
You know,
Yeah,
There's
some
just nothing
pretty
on
good
there
stuff,
that
but
I
I
want
wish
to watch anymore.
wait till they come out with Home Alone direct to
They
Disney.
got so much
Oh,
stuff on there that I
no.
remember as a child. In fact, man, I was watching Fantastic Four 2 days ago. The old one, boy, with the crazy ass song.
I
Fantastic
watched
Four.
Okay,
I'm
I
like, what
watched
the hell?
Gargoyles on there.
so
And I
in
wish that
terms of
come.
movies, in terms of movies going ahead after Artemis, there may be a few more that we end up putting directly onto Disney Plus. But for the most part, a lot of the big tentpole, which was a horrible word for them to use, tentpole Disney films will simply wait for slots. Oh God, tentpoles and sluts.
Foes and slots.
It,
That's appropriate for Disney. They always got little hidden stuff
Christy,
in
you
all their
created this
animation
graphic,
anyway,
man.
so
Did
that's
you not
appropriate.
proofread?
no, this is actually his words. These are his words. In some cases, we've announced the new ones already, but later on in the calendar. So what he's saying is there'll be a few more, and this is what they're going to do. Everything they're not positive about, everything that they're worried about box office performance, they're going to throw it to Disney Plus. They're just going to throw it there and hope for the
I
best.
think that's smart. I think it's smart.
Well, it is to some extent, but the question is how much will they lose doing it? Now, if they do a pay-per-view for a week, which here's the problem with that. They do pay-per-view for a week and then they sell it for another week while they're still doing pay-per-view. People are going to wait 2 weeks until it comes on Disney Plus. And then what is Disney Plus now? Like $11?
Hey, no, it's still 7, but Disney is still the ultimate drug dealer. They're gonna give us a taste for this 1 year, and what's the other? Verizon, I think, gets it free. You wait till this year run out. It's gonna be like, oof. You get some Vaseline with that, sir, because it's coming.
Yeah,
It's coming.
It'll be like $20 probably.
Well, I hope by then they have some content that actually makes it worth the price.
I hope this is
They
crisis.
don't. It will
can't
get
say the word.
canceled.
I hope this crisis pushes this. I would much rather see movies in the comfort of my home. Just for reasons
and we've been through this, Danny. I'm totally different. I want to go to the theater still. I mean, there are some
I'll
times.
put you a theater for an in-game like movie, but a regular movie like
I mean, if it's something like I'm like
Buttercup, I don't want to go to the theater for that.
If I feel like I'm going to miss something by not seeing it in the theater, that's what I'm talking about. And you're talking in, you know.
Okay, everybody on the panel, I agree. I think we agree. We want to see in-game on the big screen. But do we really want to see Captain Marvel or Shazam on the big screen?
I'd see Shazam on the big screen, but not.
I'll give you Shazam. But how about Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, any of them kind of action movies like that, I want to see on the big screen. But if it's something like you say, I mean, Driving Miss Daisy, something like that, no, I can wait for that to come out if I'm gonna watch something like that.
There are
I ain't got no use for dramas and stuff on the big screen no more, and I'm only going if it's a big action movie.
Like for instance, if this is like let's go back to the summer of '93, okay? So say something's coming out that is like the first, like it's revolutionizing movies like Jurassic Park did. Like you saw dinosaurs like come to life realistically for the first time. Something like that, I would go out and I would actually want to see it in the theater. But anything else at this point, I'm good with staying at home.
Right now, after seeing Rise of Skywalker, don't you feel like kicking yourself in the ass? Like, damn, why did I spend that X amount of dollars for that?
I got my tickets free.
I didn't watch it in the theater or pay to watch it.
But you see, I think that's the thing. There are some movies that say I'm a theater movie, and there's others.
I agree.
Action movies for the most.
Right now, we don't have that option. I'm saying I want that option.
Yeah, but like we've talked about for a while, I agree. They're going to hold the big blockbusters, even if it takes a year next year to put them out. But how long are they going to sit on stuff that's in the can that they've already invested money on?
Yeah, because I've read, and I don't know how accurate this is, but I've read that studios actually borrow money to make their features. They're not actually getting into their own revenue. They're borrowing money from investors to make films. So when you have to wait, like Wonder Woman 84, they're pushing out until next summer. That investor is going to be paid back, I would assume, with a butt ton of interest.
Probably. Well, the investor probably got to take a kind of country town hometown discount this time because.
Well, yeah.
Well, again, with,
other than that, if it wasn't this crisis going on now,
with the economic stuff that they're promising, there could be a lot of that they're trying to alleviate as much as possible. Even though they're saying even after this we come out of this, even if all these people are made whole monetarily for what they lost during this time period, they're calling for a recession now because of this. So, really quick, guys, if you
I think we're going to go into the D word.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well, maybe. I don't think it's going to go that far. I think recession's about where it's going to go. Hey, guys, if you are watching this on Chaos Central, on the YouTube channel for Chaos Central, please do me a favor. If you have not already subbed, please sub to the channel at Chaos Central. If you are watching this on my channel, I am going to go back here and try to find the Chaos Central YouTube link. And please go over there and subscribe to Chaos Central, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to 100 subscribers so we can do these shows over there and get our vanity titles. So with that said, guys, let's go to topic number 4. Topic number 4 is, will Ahsoka be in more Star Wars? So reports say that The Mandalorian may not be the only live action Star Wars series we see Ahsoka in. Let back JV on real quick here. Ace Entertainment says Rosario's contract to play the character is a multi-show deal. It's explained that it's a unique type of contract seen most often with MCU actors and actresses who have signed on to other film and show properties in the past. This isn't a confirmation that she'll be appearing in other Disney Plus shows, rather that Lucasfilm is interested in future appearances. Now, I will go into this a little more because the article goes a lot more in depth than just that. So this is what the article says. I'll share this real quick. So it says where is it? Right here. Lucasfilm is potentially interested in having your character make future appearances in other shows, thus including the clause in the contract. So, a couple other things I read into this said that it may not just be for shows. It might be movies. And with Obi-Wan being so up in the air, is it going to be a show? Are they going back to possibly thinking about making a movie? I'm kind of thinking that maybe that's what they're talking about here.
I think we'll see movie 100% because people have been asking for her forever.
Yeah.
And if she makes an appearance in The Mandalorian, I think it just makes sense that she's going to get rolled into the movies too. I think. Yeah, that's just my opinion.
I think so too.
Because I think there's a lot of push for her, and then there'd be merchandising and every other thing to do with her that goes on top of it. Mm-hmm. If they put her in a movie, to me, more so than if they put her in just a couple Disney Plus shows.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? I don't know, Danny, if you're interested in this stuff. I mean, first off, I know as soon as I heard she might be in The Mandalorian, there's a few things going on here. Originally, no Jedi. We heard no Jedi. Well, she's not technically
a Jedi anymore because she left the Order.
Well, she was never a Jedi. She just left because she didn't agree with all the teachings. But she still is a Force user that basically is a Jedi.
I mean, she doesn't have the title, but for all intents and purposes, she's a Jedi.
Exactly. So The Mandalorian is going against kind of what they said originally, which, okay, fine. You're putting the right type of person in for that. You could have put Luke in it, which I would never have done, never do. But I'd heard rumors they may do that. And I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad this is the go.
I agree with you on that one. I think that would have been a big mistake, just all of a sudden throwing Luke into it. Especially, I mean, I could see them bending what they said a little bit, but that would be basically breaking in half what they said.
Well, like
if you throw Luke in it.
Start because Baby Yoda is a Force user. See? I mean, so
yeah. Well, there's the thing, but he's not a Jedi. So again, they're not breaking what they said. The
Jedi Schmedi, he uses the damn Force.
That's not the same. That's not the same. Ask anybody who's worth their weight in gold of Jedi knowledge. Just because you're a Force user or a Force sensitive person does not mean you're a Jedi. There's a big.
I never said that. Didn't you say that they said that they got
like oh well.
Huh?
I'm saying you said Jedi Schmedi.
Yeah, you said Jedi Schmedi. I'm saying if you're a Force user, that is kind of going against what they said. You weren't going to see any Jedi, and what was the other thing they said?
You aren't going to see any Jedi, and so far they're right. You're not seeing any Jedi. Technicalities, they're going to use that every time. Hey, Steeg, how you doing? Great to see you,
Steeg.
What's going on, Steeg?
Yeah. So, okay. So let's go down the thing we could do. We could see an Ahsoka like Disney Plus series. You could.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be very popular.
And you're using Mandalorian to set it up, and you could have characters from the Mandalorian show up in her show. Moff Gideon.
I think that's what they need to do with the old Republic.
Off with the black saber.
Yeah, the dark saber is really in Ahsoka's storyline. That she's got a history with this thing. So you bring her in. She's looking for it. She's trying to get it. Whatever. And now you can use Moff Gideon in her series if you give her a series because there's something going on there. There's a tie-in with the dark saber. So there's a lot of places this could go, and I think that it really says something that Lucasfilm has given her this multi-show deal or multi-movie or multi-property, whatever they want to call it, deal. And I think this article does a really good job of basically breaking down exactly what that means when it's, we've seen this with MCU actors and actresses, which it gives you the breadth of how far this could go. Because think about it, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.'s character showed up at the end of The Incredible Hulk. He shows up at the end of, I think one of the Thor movies. I mean, I'm just saying he's in a lot of little
parts in
there. Yeah. And then Black Widow shows up here and there.
I think Ahsoka. Well, first of all, I think Rosario Dawson is a great choice to play Ahsoka.
Absolutely.
And I think having Ahsoka, at least cameo in The Mandalorian is cool. But aside from that, man, I am so burnt on Star Wars right now. I couldn't care less.
I think The Mandalorian is worth talking about because it's Star Wars, but it's
I'm good. I'm good when we're talking about her in regards of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to The Mandalorian season 2, but as far as her, going into feature film and stuff,
would you not want to see her? Would you not want to see Obi-Wan in a feature film?
Of course I would.
I think we're talking about.
I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, the scripts have got to be better. The writer of The Rise of Skywalker says he's not rewritten a script as many times in his life as he rewrote that script.
So
I know, but I mean that's how Lucasfilm 2.0 is doing their movies right now, and I wouldn't want to see an amazing character like Ahsoka or Obi-Wan have their own movies and have the script be pile of horseshit.
Is it a plus then that we heard that Obi-Wan was being put on hold? I mean, it would have been eventually.
I mean, at first it stung, but yes,
because it's the first thing I heard as soon as that happened was the property isn't dead, it's just being rethought. And when I heard rethought after hearing when I heard
rewrite,
No, because it hadn't even actually gotten into that part yet. They were just getting started on casting and stuff, and they pulled the plug on the Disney Plus side of it, and they said, we're rethinking this. And what I first thought was they had a movie, they were going to do a movie, and then they went to the show. What if they're rethinking that and saying, well, maybe we should do a movie again? Because you got the right actor who can carry that movie as long as you give them a good script.
Now, reportedly, the producer of the Tom Cruise movie Edge of Tomorrow is writing the script for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. So
There's another one of them supposed to be coming out.
yeah. When's
Oh
that?
yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
I mean, they didn't
now.
they didn't really advertise that movie very well because, like, I was kind of I waited a long time to see because I'm like, what is this? And once I saw it,
It's a good movie.
okay, yeah, it was, but you have to actually sit down and be like kind of curious and be like, what is this?
Yeah,
A lot of
it's
movie
a play
companies are
on
doing
the
that.
saying 1,000 coward dies 1,000 deaths because that's he definitely died 1,000 deaths.
All right, guys. Final topic of the night. MCU news. According to GeekTyrant.com, work is being done on the MCU's upcoming films, Eternal and Doctor Strange, in the Multiverse of Madness. They changed it because I think it was Into the Multiverse or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it was different than that.
Eternals has wrapped filming, but still has post work to get done, and the VFX artists are able to use the time to continue working at home during this stuff. Doctor Strange 2 will have the main stars coming back, and Elizabeth Olsen will be joining the cast as Wanda Maximoff or Scarlet Witch. That's something I guess has been confirmed now.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2's pre-production is being done remotely to progress things, and shooting is scheduled right now to begin in June. That's basically the long and short of the article. What do you guys think about this?
I think I mean, there's nothing that really interests me about the Eternals. Nothing. I mean, if the trailers come out and they're really, really good, then that could change my mind. But right now, I've never really been interested in the Eternals.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm interested to see how they're going to tell a story that's supposed to play out over thousands of years,
right?
In this movie.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to read this again to see. Yeah, here you go. This is weird because in this article it uses this term that everybody I know who likes these comic book movies is would not agree with this. It states right here, as Eternals is such a highly anticipated film.
Oh no.
Who's anticipating the Eternals?
I don't know, and that's the thing. I'm like,
I don't even know the name of one of the Eternals.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I think more people are anticipating Captain Marvel 2 than the Eternals.
I think when Kevin Feige starts, right, I'm not really highly anticipating, but I think once Kevin Feige starts focusing on it and starts promoting it, and we see that first trailer, I think we may sing a different tune.
You're right, because I had no interest in Guardians of the Galaxy either until I saw the trailer.
I still don't have any. The first one was okay. The second one I think was dumb as hell.
Yeah.
The second one I was all right with. I mean, they're introducing the Shaun, help me out. It's not is it the planetaries or the
Ego? The celestial. No.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, they said he was a celestial in there. What?
Is it Adam Not Adam Warlock.
Well, the Celestials. They're basically planetary.
They were trying to say that Ego was a celestial, but
that because according to what I've read for the MCU going forward, they're going to explore that a lot more. In fact, the guy that at the end of Doctor Strange, he's another part of that grouping. And not exactly.
It's not Celestials though. They're not the Celestials. What are they called? They something else. You talking about people like the Grandmaster, like Jeff Goldblum's character and Benicio del Toro character.
He's not Celestial. Ego was supposed to be a Celestial, introducing that side of it, and then when they introduced him in Doctor Strange, that was another one of these bigger groups that basically controls everything. they can do what they want because nobody.
So they're the Illuminati of the MCU.
Basically, there you go. But let's talk about
there
this.
is an Illuminati. Well, I guess you saying the film. I say the comic books have a real Illuminati.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You talking about Marvel.
Let's talk about Doctor Strange 2 with Wanda Maximoff showing up in it. Then what they're talking about, I guess, is that WandaVision will show up later on this year on Disney Plus. They'll finally get that out. Then they want to throw out the Eternal, and then sometime mid next year, May 7th, something like that, next year is when we'll get Doctor Strange 2. So they'll all somehow be correlated together, I guess, is the way they're trying to frame this.
Well, they usually are, but
yeah,
right now, Phase 4 looks like a hot mess to me.
Well, it just depends. I mean, I will say this: it's not nearly as clear what they're going for as Phase 1, 2, and 3. It was pretty clear cut. Oh yeah, I see where they're going. But now the question is where are they going? I mean, we got Spider-Man technically ended 3. It was supposed to start 4, ended 3. Since Spider-Man, we haven't gotten anything, have we? Nothing's been on Disney Plus yet or anything like that. Yeah, so Phase 4.
They don't even have Rise of Skywalker on Disney Plus yet.
What is it, Shaun? What's
the next movie for the first movie for Phase 4 is Black Widow, right? No, or Spider-Man. No, but Spider-Man was into Phase 3. That's right.
Yeah, it was going to be the beginning of Phase 4, and then because of the bookend and the send off of even more.
So yeah, Black Widow is the beginning of Phase 4.
So we got to see Black Widow first. If that kicks it off strong, okay, we'll see. But I've always said that basically everything I've read about Phase 4 right now, to me, feels like wait and see.
Yeah,
and that
because I feel like Black Widow should be darker than these other Marvel movies.
Oh yeah,
Black Widow got a real dark, seedy past, and there shouldn't be a lot of jokes in that. It almost need to come off like a DC movie.
I mean, you go back to the first Avengers movie, and she's talking about all the red she has in her ledger, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we need to see some of that.
We'll either see or we will hear about it.
What's it called? The Red House? Is that what it's called, or something like that? That program?
So,
where she come from?
Yeah,
I believe so. But I mean, I'm looking forward to Black Widow. But the Eternals, I mean, they haven't really done much except for announce who's going to be in it, and other than that, nobody seems to know much about this. Even comic book fans. It's like it's a very sub genre of comic books that I'm sure has its fans, but I don't think
they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be the opposite of what Thanos is, kind of. Because Thanos is a Titan, and Thanos is supposed to be like an Eternal, but he was born with that gene to make him look like the evil one. I can't remember what they call the evil ones that start with a D. But Thanos looks like them, really supposed to be like an Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's so hateful and stuff, because his parents and all tried to kill him when he was born looking like that.
Yeah, because he looks like Grimace from the McDonald's commercials back in the day.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what to think about the Eternals. I'm still jazzed for Doctor Strange 2. I'm
ready to see the Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange 2, the title, even if it isn't into the multiverse, but in the multiverse.
I thought it was called like the Dark something. When it first came out, they was calling it in the Dark multiverse or something like that.
In the multiverse,
the madness.
Didn't it have something about rings in it?
Well, no, the rings they're gonna supposedly have
the Mandarin rings.
Yeah, that was something to do with Shang-Chi.
But they're going to start introducing that. I have a feeling what they're setting up is the Mandarin being one of the big villains of the series.
The real Mandarin.
Yes.
I wish they stopped destroying villains.
Well,
they kill off too many villains that could come back and be good. Like Hela could have been a good villain again.
Yeah.
I think Hela is slept on as the MCU villain because that's pretty ruthless to wipe out all the Thor people.
Yep.
Indeed.
All we have left now is Valkyrie, and
I'd love to see Hela versus Thanos, though. I'd still like to see that fight.
I'd love to see Thanos versus Valkyrie and just snuff her out, man. I'm tired of it.
Well, now that Asgard's blown up to hell, that was a source of her power. So I don't know whether he could actually be her.
Well, really, the way they did it in MCU, she would have got the Odin Force because the oldest child gets it whenever Odin passes away. So if she was the first child, she had, well, it would have been called the Hela Force.
Oh, yeah.
So she would have had the power of Odin and Odin's two brothers. That's why Odin's so powerful.
Yeah.
It's because two of his brothers gave their energy to him in some battle.
Yep.
And that goes to Thor and becomes the Thor Force. But whoever gets it, that's what it's called. So she should have had the Hela Force. That's why she was able to destroy Mjolnir and all that, because that's the power that created it.
That's Marvel's tag team wrestling. Here, slap you in.
Speaking of Thor,
I think
that's one that.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of Thor, that's one that every other news article that comes out or every other piece of news that comes out about that, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, all right, I like that. And then the next thing comes out, and you're like, oh.
I think a wasted opportunity they had in the last Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Endgame. Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
When Captain America picked up that hammer, he should have got a suit something like Thor's. Because when you pick up that hammer, you get that whole armor like Thor. So his armor should have changed whenever he was able to pick up Mjolnir.
Oh, I see.
Because you transform, you automatically get that armor. Jane Foster got that armor as soon as she has Thor's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only reason she can lift it all night.
Yeah, if you're worthy to lift it, it gives you that armor to fight in it.
Yeah.
So Captain America's suit should have changed to some variation of that suit he had on, and something like Thor's.
Did Thor's suit change when he got Stormbreaker? Because Stormbreaker is supposed to be more powerful than Mjolnir.
Well, he called in armor.
Thor was
maybe in the MCU, but in the Thor just destroyed Stormbreaker in the comics recently.
Yeah,
because he's a herald of Galactus now, and he has the Thor Force and Galactus powers cosmic. And Beta Ray Bill took Mjolnir from him, and he couldn't get it back, so he picked up Stormbreaker and broke Stormbreaker over Mjolnir, and that shot Beta Ray Bill, and he took Mjolnir back and about beat him to death, and Lady Sif had to come in between them.
Yeah, because Mjolnir,
weird.
He's messed Galactus up. Like, he broke one of Galactus' hands, though, broke his knees. Like,
Galactus?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Wow.
They're fighting something called the First Darkness. It's something that Galactus said destroyed the universe that he came from. Like, it threw Galactus to Asgard with one arm.
Wow.
Man, if something can mess Galactus up, holy.
So Thor called all the Galactus heralds to him to find out what it was, and the Silver Surfer Black come back telling him what he saw of it. And so Galactus told Thor he didn't come there for planets, he came there to make Thor his herald, and that's what he did. And so now Thor is the herald of thunder.
Interesting.
Check out that comic book.
Anybody got anything else to add on any of our topics tonight?
Yes, I'm gonna have to get a tablet so I can start reading these comic books, since we don't have physical comic books at the moment.
Well, supposedly all distributorship is shut down now.
Yeah, they're not distributing physical copies at the moment.
If you got Marvel Unlimited, you can see a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but I need a tablet because I can't read it all on my phone. I have a 6-inch phone, but still,
Can't you get it
on your computer?
On your computer? Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to like
you want to be able to take it around.
Yeah, I want to take it wherever I'm going, and like if I'm someplace, well, I can't go anywhere, obviously. I'm condemned to my house. But if I want to go upstairs and hey, I'm going to read a comic book here, or because I can't carry around my computer, all this setup. Come on, Chris, use your head. You helped me set all this stuff up. I can't carry this around.
Oh boy,
not my problem.
You got to put it on a gurney.
Yeah, right.
Gurney it on.
All you need to do is you need to do like a bat cave type of setup. We'll put pulleys in the ceiling and it'll pull it up to the next level and just.
There we go.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? That's what y'all gonna have.
All right, guys. Well, let's go around and let everybody tell you where they can find you guys one more time. We'll go backwards this time. Javion, just tell everybody who you are and who you're related to in the panel. And
I'm Danny's little brother, and you can find me on Facebook under Javion Graham.
there you go.
But don't be a snowflake.
All right. Up next, Shaun, go ahead and tell them about you, where they can find you.
First of all, I want to say Dandelion Fluff gets it. She says, I have a phone, a desk, a desktop, and a laptop, and I still want a tablet.
I've got all of them.
Oh, shut up, Chris. You can find me at Shaun Stackhouse Reacts on YouTube. I'm at Shaun Stackhouse on Twitter. I think I'm at Shaun Stackhouse on Instagram and
At his house.
at what?
At your house.
Well, and at my house, yes. But I think that's all my social links that I can think of.
Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, right. Shaun Stackhouse Reacts on Facebook. Good looking out, Chris.
Yeah,
MySpace.
try to remember all that stuff.
By the way, I did the reaction to the Fire Fest, by myself. Chris.
He never got back with me about that.
I reached out to you a couple times, and
I don't have anything from you about it.
Total silence. Well, see, I try to connect with you over text. You try to always connect with me over.
Keep all my text. I'll show you. I haven't gotten anything.
All right. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I was going to ask you about that today. I was like, you know what? I wonder what happened about that. Yeah. All right. Above that guy right there, it's Honstar. Honstar, tell everybody about yourself, what you can be found doing, all the fun stuff.
Hey, I'm Honstar. YouTube channel, the same name, Honstar. I'm supposed to be doing kayak videos and adventure videos and camping and stuff like that, but obviously I can't do that right now. But I also have fun live streams. I have 2 live streams a week. You can see me this Thursday, 1 p.m. for my regular Bloody Mary brunch, where I day drink Bloody Marys and talk about interesting topics. Sometimes I have guests. And then I have 2 bi-weekly Sunday night streams. One is at 8 p.m., which will be this Sunday, Jackbox Game Night. You can see Chris there along with some other people. We play Jackbox games. It's a lot of fun. The Sundays I'm not doing Jackbox games. We have Name That Tune at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we play the game Name That Tune. And you'll also see Chris there because we've already discussed he's a stream whore. And he's also the DJ for the show, so I shouldn't say that about him being on that show. We play the game Name That Tune. Both those streams, we have a lot of fun. Just something to end your weekend out. Well, when you would normally be going to work on Monday, but a lot of people aren't. So still come by and have fun because we all need to have fun and get together. And I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at HonstarYT.
Chris, can I say something really quick?
Maybe.
It just came to my mind. I meant to mention it earlier. I am exactly 105 subscribers away from 3,000 subscribers.
Well, there you go.
So if anybody is listening and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel and you like my content, please consider subscribing. Because when I hit 3,000 subscribers, I want to have a huge YouTube social distancing party.
Up next, right next to me, is Danny of Comic Chat. Go ahead, Danny. Tell everybody about yourself, where they can find you, all that fun stuff.
What up, people? My name is Danny. My channel on YouTube is Comic Chat. On Twitter is Comic Chats with an S. Last night was my show, which is the Chaotic Conversation, where we went through the top 10 hell yeah moments in DC movies and movies in general. I have a show that's going to be on tomorrow afternoon with me and Terrence called The Equilibrium Show. Starring me, Terrence, and we're going to have a guest, Jason Miller. My regular show time for Equilibrium is Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but this past Sunday I wasn't able to present it, so I'm going to make that up tomorrow. And also, you can catch me this Thursday night on Chris's show, the Real Review.
Yeah, here on the Real Review 2000, and it is the Weekly Rumble.
Yep, the Weekly Rumble. And also, again, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Chris and Shaun on the Rule of Three.
Yep.
Really quick, Chris.
Yes.
Chris, I am your father.
No, you're not. No, if you were my father, you would not be here right now.
Well, that's a sad point. You're right.
Yeah, I am Chris Knight.
I'm your father's brother's roommate's uncle.
uncle's twice removed cousin. I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. You're watching this either on the Real Review 3000 right now. Normally, you'll see this over on Shaun Stackhouse's channel until we get to 100 subscribers on Chaos Central. Please go over and check that out. I know Tommy has been putting it in the chat. Thank you very much, Tommy. Big round of applause for Tommy being our lovely
Moderator.
Thank you. I can't think. My brain is dead.
You know something about Tommy, right, Chris?
Depends.
Tommy used to work on the docks.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
So,
All right, Bon Jovi, wrap it up.
speaking of
Wrap it up.
I am. Last I checked, I'm at 1201. I'm trying to get to 1500 by June 9th of this year. If you were watching this, not listening, you can listen, but I would figure you're watching too. But if you're watching and or listening, if you have not subscribed to me, please go check out my material. And if you like what you see, please sub to me. Yeah, guys, thank you very much. Great conversations as always. Next week, we will be, I believe, back over on Shaun's channel doing the Chaos List on next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. This Thursday, I am doing the weekly Rumble here on my channel at 7 p.m. We will have Honstar, I believe, Sith, JJ will be on that. Mark, I'm trying to remember what his, I think it's a comic Mark. And then
With the C, right?
no, that's not. No,
Has he been on yet?
no, he is not. I have his number. I've been talking to him here and there, but I think he's going to be more available right now. But I have to check with him.
Yeah.
And then Danny's
I
going
wish
to be.
I would have caught y'all yesterday for the hell yeah moments.
Yeah. But that's kind of the thing. And then of course, this coming up Sunday, the Rule of Three. Shaun, Danny, and myself will be on that. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Oh
wait, one more thing.
Oh no.
Gina works at diner all day.
Oh my God, he is up here with this Bon Jovi song.
Say bye.
Bye, guys.
Easy, guys.